Welcome back into the PowerMizzou.com podcast. Power Mizzou here on YouTube. I am Gabe DeArmond with you on Friday afternoon. We've tried to bring you guys a few little extra episodes during the week. We've talked to a couple of Missouri's incoming transfers, both Santana Banner and Ahmad Hardy. You can check those out on our YouTube channel, also over on our site, PowerMizzou.com at 24/7 Sports. Today, another one, and this is the most local transfer we've had. Langden Kitchen joining us from very close here to Columbia. Langdon, how you doing, man? I guess you didn't go far away, but now you're back home and back even closer to home.
I'm doing great. I'm ready to be a Tiger.
There you go. So I got to ask you first off, before we get into this, who is the most famous alumnus of West Strand High School?
I'd say Tyler Hunt.
You can say literally anybody because I don't know, but
Tyler Hunt, he played running back at Mizzou in like 2011, I'm pretty sure. 2011 to like 14. So I'd say him.
Okay, yeah, I covered Tyler. I remember he had like a 75-yard catch and run in one game, and had a pretty good last year here. So, look, in these conversations I've been having with some of the transfers, we're just trying to give fans a chance to get to know you and kind of your path here. So, tell me about your high school football career at West Strand and kind of your path to eventually signing with Northwest Missouri.
I'm just a small town kid, really. Didn't really get many looks out of high school, just being from a small school, Class 1 school. So I just, out of high school, really just went for my best look. And looking at Northwest, they're a D2 powerhouse, and they were winning national championships a lot. And I just wanted to be a part of something special. And I saw that and felt that there. It felt like home. It was somewhat close to home, but when I got the opportunity to come back home to play at Mizzou, I couldn't pass that up. Been a dream since I was little to play at Mizzou.
Yeah, I know. I messaged with you a little bit right after your commitment. You said you grew up a fan. I mean, I'm sure you followed. Brady Cook this year he's had pictures of him as a 10-year-old at Mizzou games. Did you go down to games and stuff with your family growing up?
When I committed, I showed Coach Drinkwitz. There's a very old picture of me. I had glasses, looked like a little nerdy kid that had Mizzou jersey and everything. It was pretty cool, but a surreal moment.
Okay, so who was your favorite Mizzou player or your favorite Mizzou team or some memory you have growing up?
I can always say Cody Schrader, just he's being from D2 also, mid-Missouri kid, and then also I like just watching Mizzou all the time, but I liked watching Old Smith when I was younger, Justin Smith. It was just cool to see them, all the cool D linemen, that Marcus Golden, all that. And then previous years, Robinson. And then I like watching Johnny Walker this year. He's just an awesome player to watch.
Okay, so you mentioned Cody. So let's just start there. Look, obviously the comparison, the path is kind of similar. When you were, I guess you would have been a senior in high school and then a freshman at Northwest, and you saw what Cody was doing. I mean, is that the kind of thing that like guys that are maybe playing at the FCS level or something kind of take notice of? And I understand Cody is, not everybody can take that same path exactly, but is that something guys notice and think, hey man, if he can do it, why can't I do it?
Yeah, 100%. Like you can see like hard work pays off overall. Like he put the work in, he got to be where he's at today, being in the NFL. And when he put the work in, he was great at Mizzou and just showed everyone that even being from a smaller level, like everyone can be great. Like just matters how much you put the work in overall, and it doesn't matter who you are, you can still be as good as a 5-star recruit.
Mm-hmm. I'm curious. Obviously, look, Northwest has won a lot of games and championships at that level. I mean, how often are you playing against guys when you're at Northwest that you're looking at? Hey, there's a lot of guys who could maybe play at this level, but just for some reason we're overlooked.
Yeah, I'd say I played 6 or 7 tackles this year. I'm like, these guys could be Division I tackles, but I asked them like after the game, like, how are you guys here? They're like, oh, we're just from small towns. And I feel like that's a big reason for a lot of kids. They're just from smaller towns that are getting overlooked. And then I had a tackle at Northwest this year. I went against him every day in practice. He's at Kansas, just committed to Kansas actually. And he was a freshman this year. I'm like, man, this kid should not be here. But yeah, he got me better every day, and I got him better every day. So got the Division I look basically every day at practice, and then in game is, I feel like, thing that might just be different is maybe a little more athletic for the tackles at the SEC level than the D2 level for sure.
Mm-hmm. All right, so you and your buddy, I guess, you might get a chance to match up here next September. Then.
Yeah, so yeah, I'm pretty excited. We've been talking a lot about that, and then I have a buddy that's one of my best friends. Went to Central, Arkansas, so I'll play him week 1, which is really cool.
Okay, good deal. Good deal. It's kind of a small world when you get into college athletics, obviously. So you're at Northwest, and stand out couple of seasons and all that. When did it kind of first start coming into your head, like, hey, I might have a chance to level up here?
I just said first when I was talking to my head coach because he got released by the school. He's like, Langden, you can go play higher up level. Like, you've shown that you can play a D2. Like, go show everyone else what you are and just be Langden Kitchen. Be the same kid you've been from day one and put the work in and show everyone that you're the best that you can be.
So I guess coach got let go. So you didn't exactly have to have that awkward conversation of going in and being like, hey, coach, I think I want to take another shot. But was everybody at Northwest pretty supportive of the idea?
When I committed to Mizzou, everyone sent me texts like, hey, this will always be home. Like, it's not like you're going to a rival school. They're going to be there to support me no matter what. Like, I have my best friends there that will be my best friends that probably be at my wedding one day. And it's a special place for sure. But I'm happy to be moving up to play at the next level.
So when you entered the portal, I know you visited Iowa, you visited Wisconsin, obviously visited Missouri. What were those? I mean, did you expect that level of attention when you went in the portal? Did you know what to expect when you put your name in?
Honestly, not. I was expecting more like South Dakota State, North Dakota State school, and like more levels of that. Like, I talked to them right when I got in the portal, and then after I picked up those offers, a couple days after that, Iowa State reached out to me, and then Iowa, Kansas, Mizzou, and Wisconsin, and all them. And I thought, like, man, this is such a cool opportunity. Like, how could I pass up an opportunity to play at Mizzou, hometown kid, be able to support and show small town kids, like, hey, you guys can go do this too. Like, it's not just the big town kids that can go play at Mizzou. Anyone can go play at Mizzou.
What was that first week or 2 weeks like in the portal when, a lot of these guys are saying, man, you're getting 15, 20, 30 calls a day and you don't really know which way is up?
Yeah, it was pretty chaotic, honestly, because, like, at first I was taking calls from big time D2s. I'm like, man, I could consider these schools. And then after that, the D1 started rolling in. I'm like, I just had told some of the schools, I'm like, sorry, guys, I'm just not very interested. And then it was phone calls a lot. Like, I'd had to turn my phone off or leave my phone in another room where I'm going to work out because I'm like, I just want peace and silence to be able to work out and just focus on myself, really. So, like, there'd be times during the day I just turn my phone off and just focus on myself, chill with my family, watch football, just to get away from it, honestly.
So tell me about, kind of your first contact from Mizzou. Do you remember kind of who called you and what that conversation was?
Yeah, it was Coach Early and Coach Davis. They were chilling, and they called me. I was actually on my visit at Kansas, and I was chilling in my hotel room with my dad, and we were just sitting there watching SportsCenter, and I got a call from a Columbia number. I'm like, ooh, I'm going to have to answer this because I'm like, it might be Mizzou. And answering from there, just all kinds of energy. Like, they were excited to get me on campus and all of that, and I just couldn't wait. Like, it was an opportunity to go see Mizzou, my dream school, really.
So did you get off that phone call and kind of think, okay, I know where I'm going, or was it still, all right, I'm going to go compare it to other things and see how everything goes?
I still went and compared to everything. Like, I wanted to make sure Mizzou was my last visit because, like, I knew it was going to be hard to being close to home and also being just Mizzou. Like, seeing what Coach Drinkwitz has done the last 2 to 3 years with the program, like, that's just too good of an opportunity to pass up, and definitely playing against the best every week in the SEC.
Mm-hmm. You said you're back home at your parents' house right now. You just moved in Columbia, but what was their reaction when you got that offer and you told them you were coming back here to play?
Oh, they were so excited. Like, my mom, she was super excited I was gonna be only 30 minutes away from home, so I can come home more. Or she can come down and see me because in the summer she's a school teacher, so she has all summer off, so she can come down and see me and just visit, really. Which at Northwest we were 3 hours away. It's a whole day trip to go up there or come back home. So they were really excited and very supportive of wherever I made, and they told me they loved and support me no matter what.
So have you thought about that first game? I think it's like August 30th. How many of your new teammates you're going to have to say, "Hey man, can I get any extra tickets? Like
Yeah, I've
you're
thought
from
about that.
Florida. I might need a
Times.
couple extras."
Yeah, I think it's gonna be a surreal moment. I just excited to be under the lights and play at Mizzou. Like seeing all the fans. Like last couple of years I've been in college, I haven't been able to go to a game, but it's been the best 2 years, and I've seen how they've been all sellouts, and like I'm so excited from that, going from 9 to 10,000 fans at D2 to 70 to 80,000 fans, which is gonna be very awesome, very surreal moment.
Have you thought at all forward to, hey, first time running out of that tunnel, what that's kind of going to be like on your first game day?
It's gonna be crazy. I can't wait. I'm so excited for it.
So let's talk a little bit about your game. I mean, tell me what these coaches, when you were talking to them, really liked about the way you played and thought would translate to this level.
They love my motor. I'm gonna be a guy that's gonna play to the whistle no matter what. And if the quarterback's running away, I'm gonna be hunting him down, trying to sack him. Or if the receiver catches the ball on the screen, I'm gonna be coming right back to that to hopefully blow him up and cause a fumble or somewhat. And just my pass rush is very physical, but I can also change that into speed overall because everyone's gonna be expecting more power from me being a bigger guy. But I'm more athletic than most people would say for my size. Like I can move just as well as a 6'3" guy who's athletic, in my opinion. And just overall, my get off, I can improve that, but I think I have a pretty good get off for being as big as I am right now.
Yeah, for those people watching who don't know, 6'7", 270. Is it straight defensive end? Have they talked to you about? Did you at Northwest sometimes move inside? Can you move around a little bit?
Yeah, I can play a little 3 tech also, and it just matters on the week. They said about the matchups and everything, wherever the best matchup is for me, honestly.
Mm-hmm. Is there a guy that I don't care whether it's a Mizzou guy, an NFL guy, anything that you'd kind of compare your skill set to, or kind of try to pattern your game after?
I like watching Max Crosby, Chris Jones, and then I just liked watching the footwork and hand movement of Aaron Donald. Like I know we're not the same build, but he just moves it so well. And then for my get off, I really just like watching TJ Watts. Been watching a lot of stuff recently on how he watches the tackles, like how he's getting such good timing off of them, which has helped me a lot recently.
Mm-hmm. So, what have these last? You committed, I think, a little bit before Christmas. What have these last 3 or 4 weeks been? Have you kind of mostly been at home and able to relax, or has it just been super busy?
I've been pretty much just at home, chilling with family, working on the farm, working out, really just trying to get as ready as I can for Mizzou and hopefully just go in there and be ready to compete.
See that's the offensive or defensive lineman from the Midwest, right? You got strong by working on the farm and
Yes,
like
sir.
throwing hay bales around and stuff,
Yes,
right?
sir. 100%. All summer long.
Was that kind of? I mean, do you guys have a family farm, and is that what you did
Yeah.
growing up?
So I've grown up on a farm my whole life, either doing that or me and my brother are mowing yards with my dad, or in the winter we were shoveling snow. So like the last couple of days, me and my brother have been shoveling snow or just shoveling outside the house, going to help whoever needs help really around town.
See, that's the downside of being 30 minutes from home. Now your parents are just going to call you and say, "Hey, man, we got to get this done around
Yeah.
the house."
Yeah, for sure.
All right. So you said you just moved into your apartment earlier today. Are you starting to feel kind of settled at all and really ready for? I know report days in about a week.
Yeah, it feels surreal. Like got my class schedule yesterday and then moved in today, and it's getting real. I'm super excited to get to work and meet all the guys because I'm for sure nervous to meet all these guys because like I don't know anyone. So I'm excited though at the same time to meet everyone.
Okay, I was kind of going to ask, have you gotten to know whether it's current players or any of the other transfers coming in, just even through text or anything like that since you
Yeah,
committed?
I've talked to one person. I've talked to Zion Young, DN. We've connected on my visit, and then we talked a little bit through then.
Hmm. So, look, probably more about this program and the history than I would think most of your teammates do. I'm just curious, looking at what has happened here the last few years under Coach Drinkwitz, like how much different is this program than it was maybe even just a couple years ago when you were getting or when you were a senior in high school.
I feel like it's just more of a family now than it was when back then. Really, like everyone loves each other. They're gonna support each other no matter what. Like someone makes a great play, they're gonna be celebrating with them because they're not selfish and want to make the play themselves. Like it's a team. Like they're all hanging out together all the time. They said, and like when I was there, everyone was very welcoming, coming up, introducing themselves to me, Like, it's hard to remember everyone's name when I was on my visit, but everyone was super nice and very welcoming the whole time, and that's why I wanted in a team, and they had it all.
Yeah, I know. Obviously, hey, there's a lot of guys that are leaving from last year's team with Brady and Luther and guys like that. But just curious, kind of what your guys' hopes are and what you guys have been talking about with all, especially with all the guys that they brought in the portal here in the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, for sure. Like, everyone wants to win. Everyone's first goal is to win the SEC, and then after that, taking off and hopefully doing stuff people in Mizzou don't expect and they haven't seen before. Win a national championship, make it far in the playoffs, which is a very cool thing to be able to do as a hometown kid, but also just representing Mizzou also.
Right. I just kind of want to finish up then. If you go back and you tell 15-year-old Langden Kitchen, hey, you're going to be playing SEC football at Furrow Field, like, is it starting to seem real?
Yeah, it's crazy. Like, I drove by the stadium the other day. I'm like, man, like, I'll be playing there with the crowd roaring. I've never thought I'd be doing that, honestly. Like, it's always been a dream, but never thought it'd come to fruition.
Well, that's great, man. I know a lot of people rooting for you and look forward to seeing you down here, and appreciate you taking some time before life gets a little busy. Although I'm not sure the weight room's any tougher than the farm. So
no, yes, sir. Can't wait. Thank you very much. MIZ.
All right, Langden. Have a good day, man. Appreciate you.
You too.
That is Langden Kitchen, defensive lineman, transferred in from Northwest Missouri State. Again, we're just trying to give you guys a chance to get to know some of these new guys. So appreciate Langden for taking some time and hanging out with us. Hope to have a couple more of these conversations for y'all next week. Like, comment, subscribe, share what we're doing here. Also, we'll put it up on the podcast later today. Thanks for hanging out. We'll talk to you next time.